Okay guys, thank you for all the questions which seem to flood in within the last few minutes or so. I'll go through and answer them pretty much now since I've got a few minutes before dinner. So, the Skinny Fedge asked, did I have that moment when I decided to change my lifestyle, or was it gradual changes? It was very much an moment. I was diagnosed with high cholesterol at a point of 14.9, I think, from memory, which was putting me into a very, very bad position health-wise. Basically, I was starting to become a candidate for a heart attack before I was 21. Seeing people's reactions actually prompted me more to start changing things more than anything else. You tell people how high it was and they go, oh, that's not a good thing. That's when it really started to hit me, so that was that moment, and it was basically from that moment that I decided to change it. Anon asked what size am I? I'm an Australian size 12, though in pants at the moment I'm a 13. I'm not a 14, it's way too big, but I'm not quite a 12. Witty and Charming wanted to know if modern vehicles had been rendered useless through some such apocalypse, only animals were available for transport. Given the two choices, and only the two, would you ride a carriage drawn by large pigs or a back of an ostrich? I'd ride the back of an ostrich. I've seen too many videos with them where they dance around and do fun things, and I think that would be an awesome, very showy alternative of transport to a carriage drawn by pigs. Chembuk asked, favourite music band? I listen to a lot of different music. I like a lot of music from the 1970s and 80s as opposed to anything else. Favourite band has always been the band America, followed by the Doors and then the Eagles, so that's kind of where my heart lies. Not a word. Go away. Go away. Yes, and Bliss and Esso, who we saw in concert last year. Anon, the hardest part of my weight loss journey and how did I get through it? Two really hard parts. One would be the plateau that I'm currently in, which I've been struggling to break, and I'm hoping to be breaking, hopefully, within, if not by the end of the new year, then at the new year. The other was when I detoxed myself of all the crap I was eating when I first started losing weight. It was an extremely challenging experience. I basically went into withdrawals and it was absolutely horrible. There was lots of tears, there were lots of anger, but I eventually got there. Back in the kitchen. I can feel you standing there. And the Bo says that his preferred form of transport for the previous question would be a kangaroo. Anon, do you prefer chunky or creamy peanut butter? Do I even like peanut butter? I actually prefer creamy. I hate the chunky one. I hate anything that actually has anything in it. I've been eating peanut butter the last 2 days now on my cereal. Well, I have it on toast with banana on top, which is absolutely awesome. Zara Shiz asked, what's my #1 tip for losing weight? Be positive. You very much get what you put out. Your body listens to what your mind thinks, and if you're constantly telling yourself that you can't, then you won't. It's as simple as that. You get back what you put out, and if you're putting out negativity, then it's never going to be a good thing. Be positive. It can be forced at the start, and it does actually become habit, as it did with me, and then it becomes a mindset that you keep, which is just amazing. Dedication to fitness. What is my biggest motivation for losing weight? What keeps me motivated? The feeling of being healthy. I cannot really ever fully describe what it feels like to have such high cholesterol. It was horrible. I felt like a zombie. I had no energy at all the time. Constant mood swings. Very tired. Very sick as well. To have that feeling now where I wake up in the morning and I have such energy in life and such, I can do what I want. I can go and see friends and not be tired. I can go to the gym. I can keep up with my brothers and sisters. You can't put a price on that sort of motivation. Fit Commitment asked, in 10 years, where do I see myself? Married, will be by 2013. Hopefully with kids. I'd like to not be working in admin anymore. I'd like to be doing my corsettery from an actual store, majoring mainly in wedding wear. That would be the dream. If I get there, it'll be, a different thing. Anon, do you ever feel like the most unfit person in the gym? Some days, but other days you feel like the fittest girl in the gym. Just asking because sometimes I feel that way, especially when a super fit and pretty girl comes in. I actually don't pay that much attention to the people in the gym anymore. I figured out very early on the start that if I focused on other people around me, then I was always grading myself against them, and that would either mean that I worked out harder or I didn't work out as hard. I have a tendency to go in and just focus on my exercise, what I've got to do, and I don't actually pay that much attention to who's around me anymore. If you asked me who was beside me at the gym today, I couldn't tell you. The only time I really pay attention to them is if I get asked a question such as, are you finishing with this piece of equipment, or something like that, or if I'm waiting for a piece of equipment and they're using it. Originally I used to, but now not so much. Does my fiance work out as well? Not really. He does when I make him, but apart from that, it's not something that he really feels inclined to do at the moment. Yoga bum, do a workout and eat healthy with my fiance. Eat healthy, yes. I try and make him eat breakfast and lunch where I can. Lunch he generally eats, breakfast not so much. He cooks dinner, and dinner's healthy anyway, so that one's fine. Anon, were you a healthy weight when you were in high school? For the first, till I was about 17 I was. I was actually getting to the point of being underweight. I was on 55 kilos, which is really quite small. But even then I didn't have much muscle mass, so I still felt big because I had such a small amount of muscle compared to such a large amount of fat. I ballooned out when I was about 17. Anon, do I have an absolute body goal? Or do I just like seeing how it turns out, if that makes sense? I don't have an absolute body goal, mainly because I don't think it's fair on me to be looking at someone else's body and going, that's how I want to look. I've never been fit. I've been thin, but I haven't been fit, so I really do not know what to expect, and I'm basically just taking it as it comes. For example, I never thought I'd have a thigh gap, because previously I never had one, though through actually being healthy and fit this time it does look like I'm going to get one, so it's just taking it as it goes. Anon, am I religious? Not in any way, shape or form. I was basically Bible bashed through my final years of school, and it really turned me off religion, as well as very much an evolutionist at heart. How many relationships have I had? I've had about 5 serious ones. Do you have any girlfriends that exercise? Not really. Most of them are annoying, either large girls that hate exercise and openly hate on people that like exercise, or they're naturally thin, and again, you know, people that exercise, well, they're just stupid. The only person I really know who does exercise a lot is one girl who's into body mods, and her philosophy is her body is her biggest canvas, so she works out to create the body that she wants. Positively radiant. You've asked a few questions, so I'll start with one. Do I have any pets? Yes, I do. There's right behind me there. I've got 4 fish. That's about it. When I lived at home, I always had pets, but that was because I had assistance in feeding them. I'm still getting used to the fact that I have to remember to feed them, so that's why we started with fish. What would I do if I had $1 million? Most probably buy my parents Harleys, set my brother up with a car, my sister whatever she wanted, most probably take her shopping. That'd make her happier than a car, and I don't really think I want to see her driving. Put money away in trust funds for my younger siblings, buy a house with my fiance, have the wedding that I want, a huge array of things, have my corset business, the list goes on and on. Buy you a race car, yes. Do I want to have kids? Yes, one day I do. What's my dream car? Either a 350 or 370 Nissan Z. Do the toilets really flush backwards in the Southern Hemisphere? We're actually having a debate with a friend about this recently, and let me just check with the jury. Did we agree that they did flush differently over here?
The toilets flush the same way with the buttons and things. Everyone has the button.
Yeah.
The water goes down a different way.
Okay, so yes, it does apparently go down a different way in the Southern Hemisphere.
Goes down upside down.
Have I ever
Goes
been...
in upside down.
Have you ever been to the Great Barrier Reef? No, I haven't, but I'd love to go. Anon, do I want children? I've already said yes. If so, are you scared of putting on weight? Not really. I find most women who get pregnant take it, or most women that I've ever known take it as an excuse to eat what they want and to not exercise at all. I've seen women at my gym who are very largely pregnant and still come in and exercise with a PT, and they are still quite fit. I don't think there's any reason to not be. And finally, is it bad to have the same breakfast every day? No, it's not. I've been having the same breakfast for ages, and it's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that really. At least I don't think there is. And Zarish, what is your favourite healthy snack? At the moment, that would be Jalna strawberry yogurt with strawberries, or a nectarine or a mango, because they're back in season. So it's been nearly 11 minutes, so I'll leave it at that. But thank you all for the lovely questions, and I hope you've enjoyed my video.